What if we all approach the holidays with a little bit more intention? Imagine thoughtfully chosen gifts, purposeful gatherings, and mindful use of our time, energy, and money. I think there would be much more joy and far less stress. As someone who comes from a large family, I've experienced firsthand how easy it is to get caught up in the whirlwind of holiday excess. But it's possible to replace that potential overwhelm and excess with something more meaningful and sustainable. So by the end of this video, you'll have over a dozen simple ways to bring more peace and meaning to your holidays this year and every year to come. The holidays have evolved from what once was a season of connection to an overwhelming cycle of consumption and commitments. But there is a better way. When I began to simplify my approach to the holidays, I started to get those childhood feelings of Christmas back, and I want that for you too. So these are the practical minimalist methods that I've been using to simplify this season for myself and my family. First, let's talk about gifts, because how often has your holiday season become a hurried search for finding the perfect gift, or perfect gifts plural? I know this has been true for many Christmases in the past for myself, and it's always led to rushed decisions and unnecessary spending. So here are some of the ways that I approach gift giving as a minimalist during the holiday season. Number one is to have meaningful conversations with the people that you intend on gifting. This might seem taboo, it might feel awkward at first, but it's a win-win for both parties, and that's simply asking the person if they genuinely need or want anything in this season. It's a bonus if they keep an ongoing wish list that you can browse, and it makes your gift giving job much easier too. Number two is to axe physical gifts and instead give experiences. So I'm thinking annual passes to the museum, to art galleries, concert tickets to events that are going on within that person's city. These are the things that are always going to be appreciated and offer a memorable experience. This year, I'm getting my husband tickets to see his favorite basketball team play nearby in the new year, and he's way more excited about this than he would be about any physical gift. For little kids, memberships to discovery centers or wildlife parks can spark year-round joy, and it's kind of the gift that keeps on giving too. Number three is to share your talents and your time. Some of the most treasured gifts can come from your own hands and heart. Whether it's a batch of family recipe cookies, handcrafted decorations, hand-painted cards, these personal touches create connections that last far beyond the holiday season. In the past couple of years, I've started putting together mason jars full of homemade cookies. I'll usually do 2 to 3 different types and then just package them nicely with a card and a ribbon, and I give these to friends, and honestly, it brings me so much more joy than when I give store-bought physical gifts. Lastly in this category is to practice gift-giving authenticity. When somebody asks you if there's anything that you would like for Christmas, give them a genuine answer. This not only helps to prevent non-essential purchases, but it also gives that other person the go-ahead to be more open about their preferences as well, which just creates a cycle of more meaningful exchanges. Building on the topic of gift giving, I think it's fitting that we talk about the financial pressure that the holidays often bring, which can overshadow the true meaning of celebration. While retailers push for record-breaking sales each year, I think it's important to ask ourselves, does spending more really make for a more meaningful holiday season? These are the minimalist methods that we use in our family to ensure that we are not getting caught up in that cycle of obligation spending, and also to prevent entering the new year with a load of debt. Number one is to start saving monthly for the holiday season. And obviously, if you're watching this in December, it's maybe a little bit too late, so start in the new year, but that is just to set aside a small amount of money each month so that you can celebrate the holidays next year with less stress and less of a financial burden. Once December arrives, you can create a mindful gift-giving budget. Write down each person's name that you want to give a gift to and a set amount for that person, and this only works if you treat this budget as firm boundaries rather than suggestions. We've been doing this for the past few years, and it works surprisingly well because you end up getting into the habit of looking for sales and being a little bit more diligent about the gifts that you're planning. It also just somehow prevents last-minute purchases too. Number three is to embrace the genius of gift exchanges if you are in a group setting. We do this on both sides of my family because they are so large, and it is so much better to give a few selective and meaningful gifts rather than a whole bunch of small ones that really don't have much meaning. We use the Elfster app because it is free and it allows you to make wish lists that various people can see. So I'm going to link that down below for you guys if you want to check it out for yourselves. And lastly, practice a mindful spending pause in the month of December. This is really for you individually to prevent yourself from getting caught up in the excitement of Christmas. I used to do this almost every single year. I would go out shopping with the intention to buy gifts for other people, and then I would see things that really caught my eye and I would go and buy them simply because there was just such excitement inside of me about the holiday season. I thought it was a time to treat myself. I thought, oh, it's okay, I'll pay for it later. But it never ended well, and those were a lot of impulsive decisions that I made. So now I do my best to put all of my personal spending on pause. This allows me to focus my time, energy, and money on giving to other people versus myself. While the previous methods help to manage finances and gift giving, I think it's really important to also talk about our commitments during the holiday season, because it's not always just a financial burden, it's also a burden on our time and energy. The holiday season should be about joy and connection, but how often do we find ourselves caught up in the whirlwind of events and obligations that leave us feeling exhausted rather than energized? Think about it. When was the last time that you felt truly present during the holidays? That you were able to soak up the moment fully and really experience what was going on around you? These are the methods that I use as a minimalist during the holidays, and honestly outside of the holidays too, to ensure that my time and energy is being spent where it matters most. Number one is mastering the art of the graceful no. If an event or an invitation doesn't light you up with excitement, it's okay to say no. Save your precious energy for the events that truly matter and bring meaningful connection into your life. Remember, it's not about being everywhere, it's about being fully present where you are. I think this one might be very helpful to some of you, is to set clear boundaries with time blocks. When you do attend events, decide beforehand how long you're going to stay. Having an exit strategy can help you enjoy the moment fully without feeling trapped. Try saying, I can join from 7 to 9 p.m. and then when that time is up, you can leave guilt-free, knowing that you've let the person who's hosting know that you're only there for a certain amount of time. I use this strategy outside of the holiday season and it honestly works like a charm. And lastly in this category is to guard your downtime like treasure. Block out specific days for rest and recharging, especially during the peak holiday week. I find that these quiet moments of reflection are what make the season truly special, whether that's a cozy coffee moment in the morning or going out at night for a little walk to enjoy the neighborhood lights. It can be small moments like this that truly re-energize you and prepare you for your next event or outing. Now let's talk about holiday clutter and waste. Did you know that the average North American household produces 25 to 45% more waste during the holiday season? From mountains of gift wrap to piles of forgotten decorations, this excess not only hurts our planet, but it adds stress to what should be a peaceful celebration. So these are some minimalist approaches that you might want to try to create a more serene holiday space while reducing waste. Number one is to start with the one in, one out method. If you receive a new sweater for Christmas, get rid of an old sweater when you bring that one into your home. This not only creates more balance in the home, but it also gives an opportunity to help others in need. Number two is to choose your decorations with intention. I have spoken various times on my channel here about visual clutter and the effect that it has on our mental health, and holiday decorations are no exception. This is me saying it's okay to not put up all of your holiday decor. It's even okay to not decorate for the holidays at all. But if you do want to decorate, instead of filling every nook and cranny in your home, try selecting a few cherished pieces that really tell your family's story and have meaning to you. And in lieu of decorations, you can still achieve a cozy holiday atmosphere by incorporating soft and warm lighting, whether that's through lamps or candles. You can use aromas like home-baked goods or even homemade potpourri on the stove, and calming holiday tunes. Number three is to turn decoration cleanup into a mindful ritual. So after the holidays, gather your family, and instead of just pulling your decorations down and putting them immediately into storage, take a look at everything that you have, keep what brings genuine joy and has those cherished memories, and get rid of anything that, number one, has not been used or that you didn't decorate with, and number two, does not spark that joy for you or mean anything special. This yearly tradition helps prevent decoration buildup, and it also allows you to maintain an intentional collection of decorations for the following years. Number four is to start a DIY decoration tradition. So if you're somebody who loves holiday decorations and you just can't seem to stop yourself from going to stores and buying them, this one might be a good thing to try. It's a fun gathering to host with friends or family, you know, those meaningful connections that we were talking about. And it's great because you get natural decorations that you can still put up and enjoy, but you can recycle or compost them at the end of their life. Some ideas are string cranberries and popcorn, craft dried orange garlands that fill your home with that citrus sweetness, or even paper snowflakes that are made from recycled paper. And last but not least is to embrace sustainable gift wrapping. I've touched on this in previous videos, but basically in our home, we use cloth or fabric to wrap the gifts that we give, or we just reuse the ribbons and bags that we receive. You could also try using newspapers, you could use children's artwork. I think I even saw a comment from somebody on a previous video that said they use comics or something similar to that. So you can get really creative with sustainable gift wrapping in just preventing having to buy more of it every single year. Little thoughtful touches like this can often become as memorable as the gifts themselves. As we wrap up, I want to encourage you to embrace a simpler holiday this season. These minimalist approaches to the holiday season aren't about taking away joy, they're about creating more space for what truly matters. So this year, why not try scaling back? Start small, choose what resonates with you, and notice how it feels. You might just discover that less truly is more when it comes to the holiday spirit. I'd love to know if you practice any of these already in your own life, so feel free to comment down below. And if you're enjoying minimalism content, I've got a whole bunch of other videos that you might like as well, so I will link that up here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.